All right, I'm checking if we are live. I think we are live. All right. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Okay, I think audio is working. Just making sure everything's good. Welcome everybody to another weekly Bitcoin live stream here, the weekly Bitcoin live stream where I do my chart analysis and I talk about some things about the crypto industry from my personal experience. Anyways, today we will be doing another chart analysis. Sorry if it's a little late. Had a lot of things to do. But we'll be looking at a very late candlestick. But another thing I want to talk about is ransomware. If you don't know what ransomware is, basically your computer, your server, essentially gets locked up, encrypted. And the only way to apparently to unencrypt or decrypt your files or your computer system or your servers or your computers is to pay a ransom. Typically it's been in the form of Bitcoin, but I guess hackers have been open to other cryptocurrencies, but mainly it's been Bitcoin. And this usually happens not all the time, not every time, but when I see a rise in ransomware, which I am seeing a rise in ransomware. I'm starting to see it in the news. I'm starting to hear more about it. And usually that is an indication of a bull market. That's just my opinion. So ransomware usually is an early indicator of a bull market. And why is that? Because it starts the trend, because as people pay the ransomware, the only way you can pay it is to essentially buy it. And the quickest way of buying it is from a peer-to-peer market. Because if you go to exchanges, if you go to places that are financial institutions, there's a high chance that you will not be able to get any Bitcoin or any cryptocurrency because they know especially if they know it's going to be for ransomware. So the quickest and easiest way to get any cryptocurrency is simply to buy it from someone who has the cryptocurrency that you want. So right here is my thumbnail, ransomware. There is my BEC32 Bitcoin address. Feel free to scan it and donate some Bitcoin to me, and we can watch it grow together. Alright, so let me get on to the chart analysis real quick so you all can see. Hold on here, let me check the live stream just to make sure that it's working. Okay, looks like it is working. And we'll get on to the chart analysis. Oh. All right, so let's get to the chart, shall we? Let's transition into the charts. So here's the chart. If you've been watching, you know where I get all this, where I'm getting my lines. They're Fibonacci fans. All right, they're Fibonacci fans for the most part. And let me just try to redraw it if you don't know where I'm getting this from. Let's delete everything. Let's just draw a simple line and let's try to keep it simple. All right, there's your bear market. that line right there, simply just take my Fibonacci fan, put one right over it, like that. And if you look here as I pull it out, you can see where it started coming. It started breaking up. It's kind of interesting the way it works. If you look at it here, you see it here. And then if you look at the patterns, the last 1, 2, 3, I'm including this week because we're late in the week. 4 candlesticks, they represent a weekly. You can see it's following this trend line, not exact, but close enough for me to say, hey, there's something going on around here. Although technically it's just moving sideways. If I see up movement sideways, that's usually an indicator of a bullish sentiment where it'll hopefully break through. You'll have this very large candlestick and it's going sideways again, even though it's kind of following these lines here, the Fibonacci line going down, but the chances are it's just going sideways, consolidating down sideways, and it's gonna most likely break through. So it may go down, it may go up right around here, but if you look at overall, like right here in this area, that's kind of where the price has been staying with this huge candlestick right here. It's kind of been staying above this area, which is a really good bullish indicator for me. Bullish sentiment that the price will probably press upwards. Upwards momentum, upwards price. And so as the prices start going up, remember what I've said, what I've been saying. Demand at the street level. So with the ransomware increasing and financial institutions not willing, financial institutions are not willing to sell you cryptocurrency knowing that you're going to be paying for it for ransomware, plus the time it takes to set up an account and to fill all the paperwork for you to even have the account, and then even more time because there's usually a waiting period for you to withdraw if you're a new account. I mean, that's just, I'm not sure if that's the case, but I'm assuming that may be the case. In any case, it does take time to finally buy your cryptocurrency and then to withdraw your cryptocurrency. And during that time, your files will be encrypted and could be locked away forever. So, the quickest and easiest way to pay off your ransomware is to go out and buy your cryptocurrency, mainly Bitcoin, from a person who already has Bitcoin to sell to you. And it may not be at the exchange prices. Usually those are usually sold at a premium, so expect to pay more. And also that is driving up demand. So at the street level, demand is increasing. Sellers are having to now buy at a faster pace. Sometimes they even have to go to an exchange to buy at a faster pace. So demand is increasing, supply is dwindling. To adjust for that, the price has to go up. It has to go up. So ransomware is the first indicator for me that there is a bull market coming. That's one of the things I look for, early indicator. We've already got some technical indicators. We have the short-term average and the longer-term average. I think it's a 10 period and the 30 period average. They've crossed over. You're getting a higher high and higher lows, higher high. I don't know what the low is yet, but I'm going to make an assumption that there's going to be a higher low, and then hopefully you'll get a higher high. When you start seeing these, that's usually an indicator that the market sentiment has shifted from a bear market into, right now looks like to be a range, but typically when you see it turning, it's going to go into another bull market. And of course, you have to, a lot of social engineering, people talking about how they're going to become rich, buying Lambos to the moon. Those are other indicators for me that I look out for or listen for to tell me that we're in a bull market, that the price is going to go parabolic. So for me, ransomware, I know it's not a good thing associated with crypto markets, but it is a early signal for me that the price is probably going to start going up higher, and expect another all-time high. Hello Hados, good to see you. Expect another all-time high, probably around November, which works well because that's right before the holidays or during the holidays. That's probably when you'll start to see another dip. A lot of holders, a lot of hodlers out there that have been holding for the last 2 to 3 years are more than happy to start using their Bitcoin to start buying things for the holidays. So probably see another dip around the holidays before the actual halvening that takes place in March, or is it May? I think it's March. And then you'll start to see that carry over and go even higher. That's just my opinion. But so far, everything I've seen indicates to me that we're trending towards another bull market. And of course, we're getting closer and closer to November, which is my target date when it's really going to start taking off. Historically, it's been around that time, but not always. And also, we're actually entering into the halvening. So before the halvening takes place, usually there is a rush to buy. Often there is a rush to buy. And as time goes on, I'm noticing that time before it used to be closer to the halvening or after the halvening date. Now I'm seeing it before the halvening date and even much longer before the halvening date, and then the price pushes up beyond the halvening date to basically an all-time high, and then that momentum just carries it through for almost another year to 2 years before it starts crashing back down. So again, positive indicators from me, really good signals, and as long as I'm seeing signals and indications of positive signals, positive indications of price appreciation, it's looking good. It's looking good. When is it going to go crazy? When should you buy? I don't know. My opinion is to hold, is to buy all the time, anytime, and to hold for a long time, as long as you can. Because in the long term, if I delete this, I will show it again. Delete. In the long term, if you just look at it, okay, I'm going far as the map can, far as the chart can go, and I'm gonna stick to this chart because if you do logarithmic, it's a little deceptive. It makes it look like it's going, somewhat parabolic on some kind of weird curve, but it starts off at 1 cent here on the far left, 1 cent. And if you just keep going, you'll start seeing a pattern that is very predictable, very predictable, very easy to spot. Do I think it's always going to do that? I can't guarantee that it will, but what do you think is going to happen? What 1 cent to almost $70,000? I think that's impressive. Anyways, I'm going to end this episode. It's going to be really short. There's nothing to really say because I'm still maintaining my position here. Well, I don't have a position. I don't have any skin in the game. My opinion is that we're still consolidating. As you see, just right in this area, consolidation. But it's most likely going to break upwards again. We're going to have a higher high with a higher low. It's going to trend. When will it go down? I think around November. It'll peak out and then start to consolidate again, just to go back up, even make a higher high, maybe all-time high. Who knows? Maybe by November it will be an all-time high. But I think the momentum will push it through the halvening and beyond the halvening. That the price momentum will continue to go up. Anyways, that's my Bitcoin weekly chart analysis. A little late. I get to see the candlestick at least a little bit later. It's definitely changed. It used to be really red all the way down to the bottom here. Now it's almost gone. Maybe by the time it actually closes for the week, it may be a green candlestick and not a red, but we'll see. Anyways, let me transition back to this here. So ransomware, yes, the ransomware is real. It does help push the price up, and that's usually one of the indicators that I use to tell me that the bull market is starting, because usually that's when the ransomware starts hitting, when the bull market starts. I know it's ironic, but it's a repeated cycle that I've seen, and I think you're going to see it again. It will be some kind of ransomware coming, some kind of big hack. It'll be ridiculous, for in the millions probably, but it will drive the price up. Anyways, I will see you all next week. Bye.